First of all, yes, obviously, crucially anti-austerity, and I made that very clear, I think, in the economic statement. And indeed, the founding documents of the party do say all of that. They're not the last word in detailed policy. That will come, and that's why I think commissions such as the one I suggested on disability, the same on health and education and so much, I think we can use the knowledge and strength of our entire supporting base and membership to develop very strong policies which can begin to change the agenda in the way that the disability campaigners did have a huge impact in opposing the PIP cuts, and that changed debate very quickly. So well done on that. On unity within the party, obviously there's got to be unity. Obviously there have been some problems, and I'm hoping that the finance issues that have had far too much public discussion will be resolved very quickly, and I'm determined to make sure they are, and I'm determined that the whole party will be able to present a united front, because what we have to do is remember we're not there for any of us individually. We're there because we want to create a serious, strong, collective political voice where we do absolutely support each other. And when people are going through difficulties like they are, like members of the BMA are, like teachers are, like so many others are at the moment, we're the go-to place to give support for all of that. Now, as to establishment and media attacks, yeah, I have quite a lot of experience of establishment and media attacks. I've had nothing but them, actually. At one level, they're designed to try to make you frightened and make you shut up and make you change your politics, and they're designed to diminish the individual at the other end of it. It's always a difficult call. How far do you respond to the lunacy of some of the attacks that there are? How much do you take them on and do it? And how much do you allow them to distract you from what you're trying to achieve? So what I would like us to get a message out, we're the ones who are not offering the same neoliberal economic agenda as the Tories, the Labour and the Lib Dems. We're not the ones who are offering the same austerity economics cuts in social spending of those three parties. We're not the party that's walking away from the environmental agenda of sustainability by 2030, and we're not the ones that want to go to war with people. We want to create peace around the world. So we set ourselves apart straight away. And your point about lobbying is absolutely right. I co-authored a book last year with a number of people. Lara did a lot of the work on putting the book together, called The Monstrous Anger of the Guns. The book comes from the Wilfred Owen First World War poem, What for those that died as cattle? What tunes were played for those that died as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. That was soldiers dying in the First World War. We called the book that because all those arms trade lobbyists, that 2.4 trillion a year that's spent on arms, ends up being used somewhere and ends up with people being killed. That lobby power changes policy. I'll give you a slight digression, but it's I think an important point. 1990s, Berlin Wall had come down, Warsaw Pact had been dissolved. That was a point when we could have moved as a continent much more in the direction of the Organisation of Security and Cooperation in Europe and away from the idea of a military standoff with Russia, Soviet Union and so on. I got invited, because I was obviously active in the peace movement, to all these discussions at the Royal United Services Institute. Every one of those discussions was led by somebody from an arms company who said, well, Mr. Corbyn, it's all very well to think about peace, but shouldn't we instead be looking at the potential for conflicts in the future? So they got a big map out and started working out where you could have a war. I said, are you guys all completely mad or what? And they said, no, we're just being very serious about it, and we think we've got to... I said, look, hang on a minute, this is the golden chance and opportunity to actually reduce defence expenditure all across the world and actually invest in social causes, invest in ending social injustices. And so for a while there was a bit of a reduction in arms spending, and it all started going up again with George Bush, Project for a New American Century, and all those people. And so we're going to have a tough time standing up for a kind of genuine social justice peace agenda. But if we believe in it, and I absolutely do, we're going to have to stand up for it. So there will be no space for lobbyists in your party.uk. There will be no space for commercial influence on it. And when I became leader of the Labour Party, the big donors all said they didn't want to contribute to the party anymore, and I said, well, that's absolutely fine, and they didn't, and you probably didn't even realise this, halfway through the 2017 election, we actually completely ran out of money. We had no money at all, and so I didn't want to go out and say we haven't got any money, because that would have been a big story. I just went out and did an appeal, and we raised, I think, £2 million from an average of £25 donations from people across the country. The biggest donations were like 50 quid, things like that. You can raise money from ordinary people, you can raise money for good causes, and that isn't